Ahn Jung, South Korea's hero and international football icon. Early life and beginnings. Ahn Jung was born on January 27, 1976, in Gwangju, South Korea. His love for football developed at a young age, as he was drawn to the sport through his father, who was an avid football fan. Growing up, Ahn played football with his friends, often playing on the streets of Gwangju, where his passion for the game took root. Ahn's natural talent and determination quickly stood out, leading him to join local youth teams. He honed his skills at Gwangju High School, where he became known for his sharp technical ability, speed, and versatility. Ahn was able to seamlessly play as a striker or an attacking midfielder, and his performances earned him a spot on the South Korean national youth team. In 1995, Ahn's potential was further recognized when he joined Cheonnam Dragons, now Jeonnam Dragons, a team in the South Korean K-League. It was here where he began to gain professional experience. Although he was still in his early 20s, Ahn's innate footballing intelligence and flair caught the attention of both domestic and international scouts. His impressive displays in the K-League laid the foundation for a career that would ultimately see him become one of South Korea's greatest footballers. Career peak, establishing himself as a star. Ahn Jung-hwan's career truly took off when he moved to Europe in the late 1990s. After a series of strong performances in the K-League, Ahn signed with Perugia, a club in Italy's Serie A, in 2000. The move to Italy was a significant step in Ahn's career, marking his arrival on the European stage. Although his early years at Perugia were challenging due to the language barrier and the high level of competition in Serie A, Ahn gradually adapted and became a regular feature in the squad. Ahn's performances in Italy were impressive, but his career reached its defining moment during the 2002 FIFA World Cup. Held in South Korea and Japan, the tournament was a historic occasion for the nation. And Ahn Jung became one of its standout players. He was integral to South Korea's remarkable journey to the semi-finals, where they finished in fourth place, marking the best performance in the country's World Cup history. Ahn's most memorable moment from the 2002 World Cup came during the round of 16 match against Italy. In a dramatic encounter that saw South Korea battle their European opponents, Ahn scored the golden goal in extra time, sending South Korea through to the quarterfinals and securing his place in football folklore. His goal against Italy was one of the most iconic moments of the tournament, and it made Ahn a national hero. The golden goal not only solidified Ahn's reputation but also marked a key moment in South Korean football history. Main achievements, club success and international glory. 1. Club achievements. Ahn Jung-hwan's career continued to flourish both in Europe and Asia. After his time at Perugia, he went on to play for a number of European clubs, including Lazio, Tianjin Teda, China, and Busan Ipark. However, his time at Perugia remains the most notable part of his European club career, where he not only helped the club stay in Serie A but also established himself as a player of significant talent and importance. While in China with Tianjin Teda, Ahn continued to enjoy a productive spell, helping the club achieve domestic success. Although his stints at various clubs were marked by mixed success, Ahn's time in Europe helped him grow as a player and player-manager of sorts, showing his ability to adapt to different football cultures. 2. International success. Ahn's greatest achievements came with the South Korean national team, where his involvement in international tournaments further elevated his reputation. A member of the national team for over a decade, Ahn represented South Korea in 3 FIFA World Cups, 2002, 2006, and 2010, and was a key player in 2 AFC Asian Cup tournaments. However, it was his performance in the 2002 World Cup that was the defining moment of his international career. His golden goal against Italy in the 2002 World Cup remains a symbol of his legacy, and his contributions to the national team were celebrated with him being named South Korea's Player of the Year in 2002. Furthermore, Ahn played a critical role in South Korea's 2007 AFC Asian Cup campaign, where they reached the semi-finals, cementing his place as one of the best South Korean players of his generation. His international career was characterized by his versatility and willingness to play in various attacking roles, from a striker to a winger, and his ability to link play effectively. Ahn's technical skill, powerful shooting, and ability to score in clutch moments made him a consistent and reliable figure for South Korea, and he earned over 100 caps for his country. In addition to his memorable World Cup goal, Ahn's leadership and performances on the field made him a key player for South Korea throughout his career. Last year's retirement and transition. After a long and successful career, Ahn Jung announced his retirement from international football following the 2010 FIFA World Cup in South Africa, where he featured in his third World Cup tournament. Despite his age and being less of a focal point in the team, Ahn's experience and leadership were still valuable to the South Korean squad. His retirement from international football marked the end of an era for South Korean football, but it was clear that his contributions had left an indelible mark on the national team. After retiring from international duty, Ahn returned to club football, where he played for Busan Ipark and continued to make valuable contributions on the pitch. However, injuries began to take their toll, and in 2012, Ahn officially announced his retirement from professional football. Despite his retirement, Ahn Jung remained a popular figure in South Korean football, with his influence transcending his playing days. Post-retirement, contributions to football and media work. Following his retirement, Ahn transitioned to a role as a football pundit and commentator, providing insightful analysis and commentary on South Korean football and international tournaments. His expertise, drawn from years of playing at the highest level, made him a respected voice in the footballing community. Ahn's post-retirement career also saw him taking on roles as a football ambassador and working with various youth football programs to nurture the next generation of South Korean talent. Ahn has also dabbled in coaching, taking on advisory roles within South Korean football organizations, and using his experience to help the younger generation learn the intricacies of the game. He has been a vocal advocate for the development of football in South Korea, particularly in improving the country's standing in international tournaments. Legacy: a national hero. Ahn Jung-hwan's legacy is built on the remarkable contributions he made to South Korean football, both at the club and international levels. His golden goal in the 2002 World Cup, which propelled South Korea to the semi-finals, will forever be remembered as one of the greatest moments in South Korean football history. He was not just a talented player but a symbol of South Korea's rise in global football, and his performances in multiple World Cups, along with his consistent displays in Asian competitions, made him one of the country's most important footballing figures. Ahn's legacy is not just in the goals he scored or the games he played but in his role as a pioneer for South Korean footballers in Europe. He was one of the early players who helped pave the way for future generations to play in top European leagues, and his career remains a source of inspiration for many young South Korean footballers today. As a versatile and technically gifted player, Ahn Jung-hwan's name is synonymous with South Korean footballing success in the 2000s. His impact, both on and off the pitch, ensures that he will be remembered as one of the most iconic figures in South Korean football history.